Hey guys, it's been a crazy week in crypto. We've had a lot of promises from the Drip ecosystem, but we're just going to take you through it and let's get to it. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Potter. Nat is enjoying a nice vacation and holidays. He doesn't usually show up for our Thursday shows though, but so I don't have necessarily a whole lot to talk about today, but because I want to save stuff for tomorrow's show. But before I start, I'd just like to say that nothing I say is financial advice, and I'm not a professional. It's not entertainment. I do technical analysis based on my understanding of technology of blockchain and cybersecurity and auditing or assessments. But I can't give financial advice because one, it's not legal, and two, it would be a bad idea. As on the Build Show, we definitely promote, guys, it's still too risky out here. The investments that we're in, we catalog and we document what we're doing, but that's just our experience. So with that lovely stuff out of the way, how's it going? Oh, we got a comment already. Huge echo. Oh no. 1 second. Okay, is that better? Matt is always the person who tells me if there's an echo. Yay, I'm glad you like the back of the Batman chair. Oops. There's a message in there. All right, so I'm gonna wait to see if there's an echo still. Okay, hold on. Okay, how about now? Okay, yeah, we'll figure it out. So let me get, while we're waiting for that, let's get this up. Well, we're back to there's still being red signals for drip because people are still looking at it as something they need to take out of versus the investment that a lot of us invested in for a long time. It's still there, but carry on. It's just not going to get in. Okay. I don't know what it is though. Yep, I can't figure it out. So I'll definitely make this short so you don't have to hear an echo. Maybe I sound like one of those people on the radio. But the thing that is weird with drip right now is that people are still taking out what they think they should. I believe it's also automated. I think that you have a lot of bots that are constantly working to drain or put drip assets from the faucet into the blockchain, therefore making the liquidity more and more. And as we have to pay out the rewards from the vault, we're still having challenges there. Now, what Ray from Bartertown talked about, and I talked a little bit with Baby Grinch about an idea, was, he's saying sacrifice. I don't think sacrifice is the right word, though. I think it's more of, if you want to contribute to your own drip bag getting bigger, it's a matter of, instead of maybe even compounding, you can just put your drip into the vault, and that will help pay out some of the royalties. Now, the challenge that I have with this one is, I kind of think that it would be more on the super whales, the people who have like multiple wallets, because Ray showed what they can do with just a little bit of a donation of drip into that drip vault. Now, I think that if they just put a button where you would normally, just hydrate, or you would collect, if it said like, do you want to donate to the vault, that would allow some of us to contribute without having to go through an extra step of putting this in and doing that. I also thought of another way, which is if there was a mechanism in drip that allowed us to, when we went to compound or we went to sell, that we could automatically change it into a drip BUSD pair, which will allow us to stake it in the animal farm. Now, if you can make it transparent to the user that they're contributing to the vault, and there's some kind of ranking or something that you can get for that, that would be amazing, but it requires programming. And because it's open source, I was thinking about tackling it myself, but it might be a big ask. I haven't ever developed for drip. I've only created an exchange, a capstone project, and so I don't know how to do that. But the idea is right, and I've heard some influencers say, well, why would you blame the community? I don't think it's blaming the community as much as it is saying, hey, there's a way to give back, and there's a way to save the platform outside of having programmers develop something that can do it. I think it's incumbent upon me as a drip investor to contribute to this vault because I'm getting so much drip now. I'm over 8,000 deposited. I would normally have a little applause thingy, but I don't have that. Second. Super neat idea to simplify the process. Would putting it into the reservoir have the same impact? No, it would not. Putting it into the reservoir would help set a floor for drip, but it would not help pay out the royalties, which is the royalties being paid out is what's causing the liquidity to grow. I still believe, I hold steadfast that once we have, I know people say we have 100,000 users. We don't. We have 100,000 plus wallets. So once we get to the 1-to-1 or 1 million to 100,000 comparison, I think we'll be good again. But when Ray showed the economics between what would happen if people, those 100,000 wallets, would just contribute one drip, it was very impressive that we would, in a sense, stop any liquidity being added and we could just pay it ourselves. But I think, again, it's more incumbent upon people, not with 1,000 drip, but people who have 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 drip to contribute to that. I mean, it's your own bag. And so I plan on doing it, but I need a mechanism to make it a lot easier because right now it's just not easy. So, Whale's Corner. I want to give you an update on, another Max wallet I have on another platform. And I can really tell you that the Max wallet it's kind of interesting because what I learned is that after you're at a Max wallet, just automatically depositing to your next wallet, you can see immediately that you're getting far more than you put in. But I honestly have to say, and maybe I said this on the last show, I think it's the I think it's the third wallet when you really see the ability to grow and contribute to the ecosystem in a healthy way, and also pull passive income for profit. So that was really fascinating. Going back to what I was talking about, the whales having the ability to, contribute to that vault. I know that some of you watch those shows where there's a group of whales who talk. We should really be asking them, hey, you're getting more drip a day than we get in a month. Can you please start contributing to the vault? You're the people who made the most of it, and you're making the most. Help the ecosystem, not by getting into Animal Farm, but by saving what we have of drip. Now, tomorrow I'm going to talk about more of Forex Shark and what he has proposed. But I really think that the community, it's not that you're leaning on the community, it's just that when we all got into drip, we saw it as something that could be sustaining for the rest of our lives and support our families with this passive income by having something in crypto. But then the price went 100 to 100 and everybody just went bananas with greed. And I say that because that's what it was. Everybody wanted to get more and more and more, buy more, don't FUD, all of that stuff. But now the platform's at a point where it kind of needs support of the people who will make a livelihood for it. With that being said, there's still no easy way to do that. So I just don't see, that changing necessarily. Okay, build farm strategies. As you can see, the price of dogs has gone down to about $30. We're still talking about something holding at $30 during a bear market. That's just not normal when other things are at 20 cents a penny, not able to even hold a dollar peg. So the pig's price, though, he did a pig's injection, and so that's back over $100. The mechanisms for moving things from the different farms into I should probably learn how to do the screen capture on this one. I'll get better at this one. But moving things from the farms that you get in dogs, that would happen if you were in the Drip USD pool or farm, those dogs still depositing them is still producing about, for me, about $5 a day. And I'm able to put that in just compounding. The LP that I'm getting, the WBNB dogs pair, is getting larger and larger. So I'm getting pigs a lot quicker. And, that's impressive considering that it's not going down. I then take my pigs and I deposit those in the pig pen. When it comes to the piggy bank, again, a lot of bigger players came in, so I'm just getting pushed down as I collect on that only. So piggy bank is really, I think it's truly something that if you're going to put money somewhere, that you just do it for the period of time and then you start to withdraw. So I think that's the best play there. That there really doesn't seem to be a lot going on, which is really good. The reason that you've seen people start to sell dogs is because they're starting to say, well, that percentage is going down. I want to get out. I think it's dropping. But as a long-term player, somebody who's not trying to do this and get out money right now, it's still very healthy. We still have to remember that we're not a crazy bear market. Where are people going to come, in my opinion? Where are people going to come when they start coming back in? They're going to look for projects that have a developer, an architecture, culpability, and an open source capability of auditing themselves. But I think what they're going to look at the most is something that's been running a long time, and that's why I think that most people, when looking at dApps, are going to come to the Drip ecosystem. All right. And lastly, Binance news update. Well, it seems like they've peeled off of CZ for now. We didn't really hear a lot of Binance FUD, which is good because it was coming on heavy. Sam Bankman-Fried was released for $250,000 bail. That was his parents' house that was given up to get the bail. So I don't know what's going on there, but it has affected the Binance price, but Binance prices or BNB is still at $240. So that's telling you that even it seems to have some level of a floor, at least for the end of the year. So, it was kind of unsexy today. I've got an echo, so probably not even going to be listened to a lot. But all of these things are very important. And I think as we talk tomorrow, because I had what I called a drip epiphany about the things that we can do as a community. I'm not a person who always believes in, the community must save, but with drip, it's different. We all came here with one goal: to have financial independence, to have a passive income. And it's not on anybody but us to build it. It's on us. Like, we saw this, Forex just created it, but we have the opportunity to help build our bags. And yeah, it is a sacrifice to not say, I want to make my drip deposits bigger, but you're going to get there if you just continue to compound. And so at 8,000, I can tell you it's coming in way quicker. I was in the negative about maybe 3,000. I think I'm only negative now by 50. So tomorrow I go back into positive and I'll start getting, drip contributions coming to me again. But I just can't see anything other than a wake-up call for all of us to say, hey, how can we help improve drip? It's not incumbent upon us, but for those people, what Ray calls them, he calls them meth heads. These are people who just, I don't call them meth heads. Drug addiction's a real bad thing, but there are people who come into these platforms that only want money. That's all they want. They just want to come in to a system and destroy it. They want to, and not because they're like, but because they're just ignorant of long-term, or they don't care about long-term. But for those of us, who is the majority of us who have wallets in drip, I think it's going to be huge, because this isn't a reservoir moment. This isn't something that you're contributing to and then you're going to start getting things out of, right? You're not going to get BNB out of. But what you should see is that with the drip liquidity, not expanding, that the price is holding. It's just that you have so many people selling. And tomorrow I'm going to put something in your head that I didn't think about that's so huge about all of this. It doesn't make sense. I did take some notes, so let me see. Oh, I did want to tell you guys that it's part of the drip epiphany, but I've started to see with some wallets now, they're going, hey, do you want to swap out your token? And they're allowing you to swap out any token to get another token, not just BNB or Ethereum or a peg token. And that's huge for everything that we're doing, because what if people start taking drip for payment? Because somebody sees the long-term goal of it. That's where we're moving. And there was a big shift to that as money dries up and people still want to use their assets to buy other assets that don't have anything to do with leaving a blockchain or converting it into dollars. And there's a wallet out called Rabby, Rabby, and it's got what's called the top-up feature, and that top-up feature allows that to happen. I was going to swap out some BUSD for BNB, and I saw this, and I was like, oh, I can choose any token, and it allows you to choose not any token, but a lot of them. And that's mind-blowing. It shows you that there's becoming a little bit of a detachment from the mainstream, I hate that word, the commonality of everybody thinking USD, and it's starting to develop into this crypto world. That is big time for drip. But like I said, it's part of the drip epiphany, and I'll get into it tomorrow. And then I noted, why haven't they shared about it? Because Why haven't people shared this? Because they can't put their arms around DeFi, much less understanding why any what's called shitcoin would be available for trade on any other platform. You're starting to see other wallets come out. I can't tell you guys enough, when it comes to downloading dApps on your phone, you have to be careful. There's a wallet that was exploited. That's the way the headlines had it. But the truth was, people downloaded the wrong dApp. That's why I'm saying it's better to use a URL from, somebody's Twitter account that is their official Twitter account, than try to use a dApp. If you're going to use a dApp that's a mobile app, you better be really sure, because the criminals, as a cybersecurity professional, the criminals, they're going to come first at your mobile device, especially if you're on an Android. That's kind of bad for me to say, because I can't prove that. That's a personal opinion. But if you are on an Android phone, you better be technical, because whether it's the wafer, whether it's the transistors, whether it's the board manufacturer, all of that stuff can come in from different parties. With an Apple infrastructure, they know all the different makers, they understand the vulnerabilities, and they still get hacked, right? So, you have to be really careful with those dApps. I see I have a message. Side note from Cole. Would love to hear your take on SafeMoon now that they're starting to drop actual products. SafeMoon Orbital Shield is tech that I would love your opinion on. Well, here's my opinion. It's not drip. I don't know the makers of it. I've heard all negative when it comes to SafeMoon, other than influencers. And this is kind of one of the things I'm going to get in tomorrow with promises versus deliverables. For me, if I'm in a position, and I get it from Scott, it's the $2 position. If you can build something from $2, have a party. But if you want to go in 10,000, which I did hear one influencer say, I hope to get my 10,000 back from, I think it was some AI bot. It's like 10,000? And this person doesn't understand anything about technology. They just guessed. I once saw them figuring out how to go into a dApp. You have to be very careful now who you are listening to when it comes to advice for these crypto exchanges, for crypto DeFi. Make sure that people, are like me. Make sure that they have a knowledge, at least an understanding of the technology, so that you can at least see it. Otherwise, you're just going blind into, more than likely, a Ponzi scheme. So be careful with that. And Cole says, fair play, Potter. Yeah, I don't know enough about them. And I don't want to harsh people that I don't know anything about. You've seen other influencers who have these channels. Holy cow, I went to 23 minutes already. You have other influencers out there who are, quick to bash, devs. And, I can tell you from Piston, those guys, they released their first dApp and it sank into the swamp. And then they released their second dApp, and then it burned down and then sank into the swamp. But that third one, it lasted. Sorry, that's a Monty Python takeoff. This one, the developers are getting smarter out there. They're getting better, and they really should credit both Forex Shark and Bank Teller, because all of these platforms are built off of their initial entrance into all of these plays. Now, unlike Bank Teller's products, we've seen that Forex's, despite that one long hold, are delivering. We know that as a community for DRIP, it's incumbent upon us to participate when we know how to participate to help the DRIP ecosystem. It's just not loud enough right now on how to contribute to that vault. And because most people are not technical, I don't recommend that you do that right now, but be on the listen, because that is a way that we can all start building our bags back. Oh, I want to go into my DRIPephany, but you guys have to wait until tomorrow for that one. Hey, Mitchell, how's it going? Mitchell is saying hi to the show. I think tomorrow's closeout of 2022, and I'm going to give a special shout out to Matt tomorrow. He's not going to be here. Aw, I'm really going to get sound effects working. I've been saying that since like February. Okay, so that's really it for me, guys. Let me do the playing out music. Yeah. So that's really it for this show. I do want to thank people for watching. I've noticed that the views are going up, and as always, do not ask that you like or subscribe. But if you like the content, give us a comment, or ask for a topic that you want us to talk about. But we really appreciate you. That's super genuine. I'm not probably ever going to be the 1,000 view person, but I don't care. What I care about is that I want to be my brother's keeper when it comes to this crypto stuff. And you guys are a big reason why I'm doing this. No matter how hard I look, there's nobody out there who has the expertise that I do. And my expertise does not mean I didn't get rugged multiple times. But it does mean that I haven't gotten rugged like the last half a year, because I learned what to look for. Okay, well, Mitchell, if you show up tomorrow, we'll talk about that a little bit more. I don't think that it's drip stop dropping. Drip drop as far as you want to go. Drip, it can drop as far as it wants to go. Because what I saw in the Piston platform is that we've gotten, everybody ran away. They thought it was dead. And so what you have now in there is you have investors, serious investors, who are starting to get the benefits that we want in DRIP. So it's possible, but we as a community, we have to weed out these, people who don't care. They don't care about anything other than, paying over what they get. And they're paying more in gas prices than they're getting in DRIP, and they don't care. And we just have to be cognizant that they're out there. Wait, hold on. I got to do this right. Cole says, thanks, Potter. Always a pleasure. Same here. I really mean that, like with everything I am. I really do. Forex put together an ecosystem to help people build their own financial future. We all underestimated the greed of people and the desire for them to treat, money like it's oxygen. But I think that I'm starting to see a little bit more of my own vision here, and I want to take it to the next level. In the corporate world, because I was technical, they would use me a lot to go talk to technical people and then go talk to the board. And so there's a big translation with that. And right now, the only thing that you have, primarily what you have, is people who are pointing at charts and looking at numbers, but not putting anything, using the acumen that I've developed as a coder and as an administrator and as a cybersecurity professional. Cole Potter, there's a reason that a few of us constantly check you guys out. Your take on stuff is entirely unique and truly invaluable. And for that, we're humbled. And I think on that, I'm going to check on out. So, guys, we love you very much. If we don't talk to you tomorrow, have a happy and safe new year. Goodbye, 2022. And remember, my drip epiphany comes tomorrow.